Every person that comes through our clinic here we count as special, and we've had some amazing people come through our clinic doors. I would say God has been really good to us, and we look at every person that comes in as a, providentially moved to come here. And I've had the privilege of, over the last 16 years, seeing some amazing people with amazing stories, and their testimonies are just fantastic. I'm going to share three people's journeys today, which are miracle cases to me. The first one is a very special man. He came initially, his oncologist basically gave him about a month to live. He was stage 4 melanoma. The melanoma had spread to his intestinal tract, his lungs, his brain. He was in pretty serious shape. Had no other options for treatment. His oncologist basically said he needed to get his affairs in order, and so he came to me on a referral, and very fearful. And so on our first visit, we just said, get acquainted. We just kind of go through the whole process and put him at ease and get him to realize that, hey, we're gonna fight this fight with you. We're not going to have you journey this alone. And that's our approach here. Our approach is that we love people. We have compassion, and we want to see them get to the place where they're well, and we work with them until that whole process is achieved. And so with Russ, I actually shared that with him, and he said this is what he's been looking for. And of course, we really believe that the blend physical, emotional, and spiritual comes into play here. So it's not just about treatment, it's about the journey, looking at the whole person. And so with Russ, within a period, his imaging actually showed some pretty serious progressive disease. And then we started him on treatment, the blend of using our vaccine approaches, and we've used our immunonutrition approaches. And then within a period of 6 months, we did a repeat PET scan, and the repeat PET scan demonstrated reduction in the disease by about 25%. And so we knew we were on the right track, and so we continued, and he continued to be faithful, renewed another round of vaccine, and we waited till the year mark. And then within the year mark, we actually saw that the disease process had actually reduced by 70%. And so that was the year mark. And then we did another PET scan about 18 months after, and the disease was completely gone. And it was just an amazing, miraculous regression of the cancer. And so now I talked with him not too long ago, probably about a month ago, and I asked him how he was doing, and he said, I'm still here, and it's about 5 years post. So he's going into his 6th year of being cancer-free. So that's Russ. And my next wonderful case that we have here is Susan. And Susan came to our clinic with advanced stage 4 ovarian cancer. She had all the chemo and radiation that she can stand, and the cancer kept coming back and kept coming back. So I treated her for about 18 months, and she came in and she had 1 cycle of her vaccine and a full year of nutritional intravenous support. And after that year of treatment, she had gone back and actually had repeat scans, and the cancer was completely gone in a year's time. And she has been about 6 years in remission as well, and she's been doing very well too. And then of course another gentleman, Marv, he came in with a 2nd stage bladder cancer. And the first thing that his doctor wanted to do is wanted to remove his bladder. And so he came for other options, and he said, is there any other way we could do this rather than take my bladder out? And I said, well, we can certainly try. And so we put him on a complete program. Again, vaccine therapy, immunotherapy, changed his diet, looked at all the specific details. blended his treatment, got him to do some what they call high proton therapy. He did that down in the area in California, and we coordinated our efforts down there. So it took about, I would say, 18 months, and he actually was cancer-free in 18 months, and he didn't have to have his bladder removed. And so this is an amazing case, because most oftentimes these patients have to have their bladders removed. And so our vaccine approaches there and our immune strategies there work really well with him. And you know, the success of this case is that we did it in concert with high proton radiotherapy, which is specific protons that are really honed in into the target. And he didn't have any side reactions. He was his quality of life was good. He was able to work in the process. He's a professional like myself, and I tell you, he was really happy. And it's been 10 years since I saw him, you know, the first time, and he's been doing really well. He's in practice still, and I get word every now and then that, you know, he says keep in touch, and so we touch base every now and then, doing really well. His energy level's good, so I'm really happy for him.